So, when I went to edit that last one, because I was playing for a shorter period of time that time around, I noticed I didn't update my to-dos. And that's okay, because I just had to sort out that red science. So, here's what I'm looking at here. First, rotate some of this stuff down here. Because QM2 4.8 K may not happen on this at this time. I'm actually frustrated with how those modules 1 have worked out, because they're very efficient, but they divert resources. So, one belt, stone, Ryan online, ensure red belts. The resources getting diverted mean that some of these things happen later. Some kind of modules too. This is going to be like the next 10 hours of my life, I want to say. Six belts. Copper. 6 belts. Iron. 1 belts. Plastic. Lubricant train. Plastic train from refinery. 2 trains handle copper and iron if necessary. So if those have to get shipped, then that's how we're going to do it. So the one from stone is over here. And I can beacon these. So 3 times 8 is 24, then we go 1, 2, 3, and then down. 1, 2, 3. How about this then, though? 1, 2, 3. So we go like that. And then I take out the unnecessary drill later. Rotate that around. But on beacons, I need to decide how I'm going to do those. Because I think I'm going to have normal ones show up at the mines. Because I'm feeling like it's not economic. Oh, I also have to remember to do Assemblers 3 for my projects. Another thought. So add that to my to-dos. Assemblers 3. Then use this old standby of a train station that fits well on my budget is my plan for now. There's another design I can use to start running those bolt concerters. But for right now, I'm just going with what I understand to get the job done at a rate I understand. It's not always a good idea, and I think this will ultimately make the design more liable to break when upgraded. So this is one of those things where you can do it when you go fast, but you have to keep in mind there's a cost for going fast. And if you don't think that cost is worth it at home, I encourage you not to pay it. I have yet to see a convincing argument that doing things in a rush helps you. Right, and on this end, let's do that Volker design instead. Just to give a vision of the future. I can get away with this because of how fast things disappear in the editor. But that's one of those editor versus real life moments. So and then just have these all come out through this outside line and merge. And then just do an easy, try and take it easy on the ideas here. Link those together. There we go. And then I gotta think, enable, disable. Let's see. This is where you bust out your calculator while playing Factorio, because 16 times 4 is 48. Oh, 64. I should know that one. How silly of me. 64 times 50 is 3,200 per case. And there's a bank of 4. Alright. So... well... it's 128. And then 2 zeros, right? Right. Okay. And then I have stone coming in batches of 8,000. So I have to say stone less than 4,000. And it's enabled. And as far as balance or anything like that goes, I hate to admit this, but I'm just going to go for that number for right now and see how that works out. And see if I need anything more later. And then, alright, so that's my target. I want to give this area some space to breathe. So that's why the big go-round. And then... yoink! Alright, so that's connected. Now I need to power this station up. Full fuel, so I can put that on an automatic schedule. And then its actual schedule will be... is that a temporary stop or a permanent one? Permanent one, I think. Empty cargo. And then, not Willy, but I have a railstone load. Get that all filled up with solid fuel. Just add power and filters. And that's the hard part about this, is I have to remember always filter your lines. That learning has already happened. And it's a little silly because once I do have that quality filtered on, I can just apply my powers of, well, fast enough. Send it up this way. And put it all into the same line that I'm throwing stones out of. It's ridiculous. And just be like, yep, that's happening. That's how we do it. Like, that's the plan there. And, oh, it's a quality line, so... I should probably fill this line up instead of using this half layout. I'm eager to move on to the lack of headaches that normal logistics entails, so I got greedy. I'm sorry, guys. Can I prove that it's the quality mechanic? No, but only because my state is currently on fire. I came home from work today and there's this haze where it's like, oh. I know what that is. Not again. And so that train's going to fill up with cargo really, really fast. So as long as that works, and alright, this is, should say full cargo. Just having fun bouncing around there. Turn around, go and do the right thing, stop making the other trains upset. Okay, so that's the first thing off my checklist. I gotta think, any quick fixes or 5-minute things I can do? There is one. This is technically draining steam right now. So it's for the best, really, if I turn off my RoboPort, place in ghosts, so I know what to put back by hitting undo. Because these will have minimum draw, even if I disable them, I found. This will disable my plant farms, too. Let's see. I think some plants spoiled, but it's okay, because I've got fruit, and there's plenty to go around. So the 5-minute task here is I go over to my tank. And then I gotta think about how I want to do this. Where do I want that radar? Because I think I want one right here, and then to have power as an option going up or along that route. Alright, and yeah, all free copper, so I might as well as grab some. Fill up a stockpile. That means that later on I'll be able to do some work at some point. Ah! Grab you! And then this is going to have low power for most of the time, but that means I have an early warning section here in case anything decides to come down south through this area into that part of the swamp once I start doing serious farming. So if these guys decide they want to go in and have some fun in here, I can respond to that. There's a small amount of stone up there too. And the next thing... Ryan online or red belts. Let's go for red belts and assemblers 3 first. Because red belts should be as simple as checking this and saying yay or nay. And in this case, it's moved too fast. Nay. Oh, that reminds me. I noticed I was smart. So we're just gonna grab some storage tanks and call that a fixed one. Then maybe do another 200 of those while I'm at it. And what's gonna happen is I'm gonna flip this over. Because this can now get done. And I'm gonna do probably like 4 of those. And yeah, once I get turbo belts going, by having some unloading action... Oh. This is what I get for playing late in my day. I get to call myself a silly. But no, it should work. Okay, and then... Ooh. I just got super lucky. Because there is a filter route that these can take now. So I'm going to put that through there and do that retrofit. And if this ever looks too full, just upgrade that belt to reds. And then, yeah, I'm spamming more drills because spam, spam, wonderful spam. Okay, so far I can claim, regardless of the reality, that everything is proceeding exactly as I've foreseen. I can't be brilliant all the time, but this is smart enough for me. That little switch around is now allowing belts to happen. It will be some time before Logistics 3 goes off, but it's the same story, basically. Spam an awful lot of gears. Which, I'm doing the best that I can on that. Did I have some assemblers too that got done? And by some, I mean a lot. Okay, so that can happen. This is all being provided by Ryan mostly and TL Coffee a little bit. But now that lets me go and say, red belts are done. And the reason why Ryan is a priority is I want that to be able to consistently go back and forth between Gleba. If I have a magic thing that I need doing, then Ryan will be the thing that delivers cargo to Gleba. So I can be like, look where that landing pad came from. I don't have things falling on my head anymore. Isn't it a miracle? And yeah, I mean, that's the whole idea. Very serious stuff, but it's really honestly rather funny. Let's see, normal stuff on that end. Because that's the abnormal... I've scouted this line out before, see? So I know this is the abnormal material line. So I can get away with doing that there. It will only make my population of odd plastic skyrocket, but, you know, I want that PEX. Give me PEX. Alright, all happy. No weird qualities. Filling up because brain delayed. But okay, that's plastic. That's red ones. Assemblers 3 is next. And Assemblers 3, this is gonna end up getting cleared out of trees and becoming a proper auto mall area. Because I have this really nice little auto mall I built, which is actually... These sort of things are semi-odd to run. Just downgrade those. And, hold on a second. Hold up. I always forget to do this. Selector combinators. Oh, and there's a missing uranium for the uranium processing that I need to do. I've only made enough nuclear power to be backed up for some time. that out of there, so my green glowy rocks are all green. But yeah, I could make some things out of that later. How's my steels looking? 74? Because I'm looking at this box that's in the process of filling up. I am somewhat satisfied with that. Huh. I know what I could do with that. This part demands more attention, so that's something where I have to be very careful about it, because I feel like I spread too thin on handling quality stuff, and then mistakes happen when I should be focused on other things, like just getting the most basic stuff working and figuring out where to place telephone poles. There we go. Okay, so production science is going to come back online after some downtime. That's what I was looking at, and we're good to go on that. Okay, just gonna adjust a little timer I have, because I don't want to play for too long today. Okay, so this auto mall is now what I want. And the best thing to do is going to be to take the tank malls for a little spin still. And then... Alright, so it is getting things done. Good. Let me just pull 10 of those down there so the job ultimately finishes up, because I'm going to have enough tanks. And then I'm actually going to add... How many of these does this take? 2 advanced, 5 decider. So I'm going to add 50 on this workstation, just so it's getting done somewhere. And then on this tank with the empty... Well, no. Yeah, this one. As soon as that job's over, which it was, we'll do 50 selectors. Or, well, not 50, just some, because it takes so many of them. Like, yeah. Just be like, you guys tried, but you did enough, because now we've got the new model. So that's a much better auto mall, which will take things in, debounce it, put it on a RS circuit in virtual memory that will remember every single item in the game until it hits a threshold. Yeah, it's it was a job to put that thing together.